I am Thomas Stanley Crumrine. I am Thomas Stanley Crumrine, 77-year-old veteran, born and raised back in Pennsylvania. Had a large family. There were 9 of us, 9 children, that is. 3 older brothers, 3 older sisters, and then 2 younger brothers. Went to high school, graduated when I was 17, joined the U.S. Army, where I served for 20 years before retiring. That's about all I can say. My life's been that short. I've been retired since 1979, and all I do is play golf and play with my family. What do you do, sweetie?
What are some of the main things in your history?
Main things are high school graduate, got out of high school, joined the U.S. Army, served there for 20 years. Combat veteran, served in Europe and all over the United States. Had a family, got a divorce, that family's gone. Got married in 1985, and I got me a new super family now.
Where were you born and raised?
A little town called Millsboro, Pennsylvania. It's about 60 miles from Pittsburgh.
What did your parents do for a living?
My father was a diesel mechanic. My mother was a housewife and an excellent seamstress.
Was your family religious?
Yeah, we were Methodists for a while, and then we changed to Episcopalians.
What is one thing you are most proud of in this life?
My military service.
What is one of the most rebellious things you did when you were younger?
I fought with my parents constantly about, mostly about me joining the Army. I had a brother who was in a POW camp when he was 18, and they didn't want the same thing for me, but I wanted to go in the Army and be a soldier.
What made you want to go in the Army so bad?
I was a patriot. I loved the United States, and that was my way of serving. I wanted to fight for my country. We were in the Cold War then, and of course you wouldn't understand the Cold War, but it was cold. We was always on the edge of going to nuclear war with Russia, and I just wanted to be a part of that.
What was your favorite toy as a child?
I think probably my erector set.
What was an erector set?
An erector set is pieces of metal, long ones, short ones, square ones, and you bolt things together and build things. You build a Ferris wheel or maybe a water pump. Every kid had an erector set.
Now, were these pieces like big or were they small?
Well, some pieces were like maybe 5 or 6 inches long, and then the screws were very little.
What was your first job?
I worked in a fruit stand when I was 13 years old.
How long did you do that for?
Until I joined the Army, 4 years.
What was a typical day after school?
Walk home from school, go play either basketball, football, or baseball, or in the wintertime, go sled riding. Every day you sled ride.
What was your worst memory about sled riding?
When I was an adult, I wrecked a sled up in a snow valley and busted 6 ribs. Had 2 collapsed lungs, busted my spleen, my kidney, my liver. Had a pretty tough time of that. That wasn't very much fun. I almost died.
What was your favorite class in school?
History.
What made you like history so much?
Because I love my country. I wanted to know everything about it that I could.
What was your least favorite subject in school?
Recess. I hated recess.
Why did you hate recess?
Because I don't like to play games.
Why don't you like them?
I don't like stupid games.
When you were younger and you did chores, did you get an allowance?
No, my family was very poor. Everybody work to help out the family. We had 9 kids. It was tough.
What was your first car?
That I owned was a '65 Dodge Polara.
Yeah.
With a.
Did you buy it yourself?
I did.
How much was gas?
Just depends. 15 to 25 cents a gallon.
Did you play any sports when you were younger?
Yes. Baseball, basketball, football.
Have you ever been arrested?
No.
What was your most embarrassing moment?
I don't know. I've had so many of them. I think the worst was when I was on a gun run in Vietnam, and we were blowing up a pagoda, a Buddhist pagoda, that had a lot of ammo in it, and we were only about 50 foot off the ground, and we blew the canopy completely off the helicopter. And we had to come back into the airfield without a canopy on our helicopter. That was quite embarrassing.
Do you remember your first kiss?
Nah.
When did you meet Grandma?
19th of March, 1980.
How did you meet her?
She had gone out for a cocktail, and I'd gone out for a beer, and I saw her sitting there at the bowling alley in Corona at the little lounge, and I went over and asked her to dance.
And then what?
And then she said no. And then I said, but would you anyway? And she succumbed to my greatness and danced, and it lasted 35 years.
How long were you together before you proposed?
I didn't really propose, but it was 5 years.
How did you propose?
Not really didn't. We just decided to have some people over the house and get married.
What is one secret you have to a relationship?
Just talk and never go to bed angry. Never.
Never.
If you're upset, don't go to bed.
How many different places have you lived before?
After I got out of the Army, I lived in Corona, and then I moved for a little while up to Tehachapi, and then moved back to Corona after Lenora died.
Do you remember your wedding day?
Yep. It was just, we just had a small wedding at the house. Mark was my best man. Jeff and Cher were there, and my kids, and Janet and Ralph, and we had a simple wedding.
Did you live in Corona at the time?
Yep.
Or Tehachapi?
Corona.
What has changed now from your wedding day?
I don't have her anymore.
What was your favorite decade or period in time?
Of course, that 35 years I had with her was good. But I think right now I'm just living the absolute dream. I'm with my grandkids every day, great-grandkids, part of the family. I'm very, very happy.
What do you wish you could have done differently?
I had 2 of us quit smoking about 1980. She may not have got cancer if we quit smoking.
What have you always wanted to tell someone but have never had the courage to?
Nothing.
What is your earliest memory?
You're not going to believe this. I was not even 4 years old, but I remember VJ Day. VJ Day was victory over Japan in World War II. And I can remember in this little town that I lived when everybody started celebrating, and they were going up and down the streets with anything that would make noise, celebrating that the war was over. 4 years old. But I can remember it. I probably was riding, being pulled in a wagon or something. It was a great day in this country when we finally beat Japan.
And when growing up, who inspired you most?
Audie Murphy.
Who is he? Like, what did he do?
Audie Murphy was a young soldier in World War II who was the highest decorated man ever in the history of the military. And he was also a cowboy actor. But Audie Murphy was my inspiration. And I love his movie, To Hell and Back. I watch it every year.
What was the best trip of your life?
Well, the best trip of my life was the day I got on an airplane getting the hell out of Vietnam. That was my best trip. I like road trips.
What's your favorite place you've been?
Seattle.
What amazes you most about society nowadays?
Nothing amazes me. It is so decrepit out there that I doubt if our country will last. There's so many socialists and communists out there. Our country may not last. That's very disappointing.
What do you miss most about the olden days?
I don't know whether I miss anything about the olden days. I miss the music. I missed not having to lock up your car and lock up your house at night. I miss kids being able to play outside safely. I missed the drug-free atmosphere that, you know, when I grew up, people didn't do drugs. I miss that. But I get a trade-off. So I got a family now, and that's a trade-off.
What advice do you wish you could give your 40-year-old self?
Be honest to yourself and be honest to your family.
What do you wish you made more time for?
Nothing.
Nothing.
There's no redos.
What do you wish you spent less time doing?
Well, the only thing I really do is drive, golf, go to soccer. I'm happy. My life's pretty well balanced.
If your life was a reality TV show, what would you name it?
What the hell? That's what I'd name it. What the hell? And figure it out from there.
What is one moment in American history you will never forget?
Oh, 9/11.
What have you not done and still hope to achieve?
Absolutely nothing. My bucket is full.
What is one thing you want most people to remember about you?
He's a good old boy. You can depend upon him. He loved himself. He loved everybody. He just a good old boy.
What is your favorite joke?
I'm not telling no jokes. I got so many favorite jokes.
Tell one of them.
I absolutely love the joke, but I haven't told it for so long. I ought to get my niece over here. She's heard it so many times. It's about the farmer that goes to the auction back in South Dakota. Mm-hmm. And he's walking around. He's a widow, and he walks around. He finds him an anvil. He buys that, and he finds him a wash tub, and he buys that, and he finds him a chicken, and he buys that, and he buys him a pig, and he's walking back to his car, and the widow lady next door is there, and he says, "Oh, hi, can I walk you to your car?" She says, "Absolutely not. You'll probably rape me." He says, "How am I going to rape you? I'm carrying an anvil and a bucket and a pig and a chicken." She says, "Well, you can put the chicken in the tub. put the chicken in the tub. Put the anvil on the chicken, and I'll hold the pig." I love that joke.
Time for rapid fire questions.
Okay.
What is your favorite color?
Blue.
Favorite food?
Pasta.
Favorite animal?
Yes, the dog.
Morning person or wait?
I'm a morning person.
Morning person. Favorite movie?
To hell and back.
One superpower.
That's the story of Audie Murphy, my hero.
One superpower you wish you had.
If I had one power, I could only do one thing the rest of my life. It would be to cure Alzheimer's disease. If I could do that, I'd be happy.
How do you like your steak cooked?
Medium.
If you could go on a date with anyone, who would you go on it with?
Just anybody?
Anybody.
Can I take my pistol with me? If I could take my pistol with me, it'd be Jane Fonda. I don't even think about the date.
What about Judy?
No, that'd get me in trouble.
If you could go anywhere, where would you go?
Any place. I don't want to go any place my family's not.
So if you could take your family with you, where would you go?
I'd take a little trip, maybe go to. I like going to Seattle. I like going to Nashville and Dollywood and all that crap. I don't want to leave the country. I won't leave the country. I don't have a passport, and I'm not getting one.
How would you describe yourself in one word?
Awesome.
How would others describe you in one word?
Awesome. I have one question. Can I have one question?
Yeah.
Where'd I get somebody in ragged pants at like that?
My God, shut up. How many girlfriends did you have before you got married?
Before I got married? Really serious girlfriends. One. And then I got married, and then I got divorced. Then I got married again.
Back in the day, did you guys have school dances?
Yes.
What kind, like
How were they?
what dances did you have?
Oh,
What
yeah.
dances did you have?
They used to have like sock hops. They called them sock hops because they were always on the basketball court floor, and you had to take your shoes off to go out there. And it was just like dances right now. The girls are right here, the guys are hanging around the wall. But we did a lot of fun dances. I don't know what this crap is today.
If you weren't named Thomas, what do you wish your name would have been?
Never thought about it. I wouldn't want to be anybody but me.
No, but like if you wouldn't have been named Thomas, what do you wish your name? What do you think your name would have been?
I don't know. That's a hard question. I would have been answering to the wrong name all my life.
What was your first wife's name?
Oh my God, Joanne. That was a mistake.
How old were you when you got married the first time?
24. 23.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.